Hey, let me tell you a story. In about April 12th or so of 2021, I was playing in an adult women's league and I ruptured my patella tendon. So if you think about knee injuries, and a lot of people are familiar with ACL tears and things like that, think about that being umpteen times level worse, a ruptured patella tendon. And at that point, I was almost 40. So almost 40-year-old woman, ruptured patella tendon. I already had two previous surgeries on my right knee. So they talk about total change in activity level and what I was able to do. Always been a runner, run all the way through high school. I was primarily a sprinter. So 4x100, 100, 200 meters, those were my races. Never thought that in adulthood that I would be trying to run 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, which I got into as I got into my 30s. Really, an 800 meter was like, nope. I didn't want to even do 800 meters as a warm up in high school. But then I I needed another challenge. As I was getting a little bit older, and it was kind of that me versus me type deal. So got into more distance running. Then along with my career as a physical therapist, I was like, I want to be able to, reach more runners, and definitely those runners that were reaching over age 35, where some of the resources and tools just weren't as really available. A lot of things based on like 18 to 21-year-old males and those that maybe have been running for a while and didn't really find a lot of resources that were catered to runners of a certain age. So let me back up. My name is Dr. Latisha Williams. I'm a licensed physical therapist, certified run coach, certified health coach, and menopause coaching specialist. So my practice, Run for Life Performance and Physical Therapy, is located in Indianapolis, Indiana, where we help people move, feel, and perform at their best without relying on pain medications, injection, or surgery. So if you reach here and you're ready to that point, this is episode 1 of my return to run journey. Starting from April 2021, all the way till now, and we are in end of March of 2024. I had 2 surgeries. One was in April of 2021. The second was to take out a cable that they had placed in the knee, ruptured my patella tendon. They had to go in and repair that, put a cable in there, had to go through rehab. I had a full week of 7 days of bed rest with my leg hooked up into a CPM, or a continuous passive range of motion machine. So just think, laying on your back, leg strapped in there, and it's just moving your leg up and down, slow and steady, 30 degrees, literally 24/7. Only was able to get out of it to be able to go to the bathroom. And then to do that, I had to put on a long knee brace in which they kept my leg straight, because at that point, didn't have any control on my quad or the capacity to be able to, I could put weight through it, but didn't have that capacity and the strength and control of the knee. So I had 7 days in that continuous passive range of motion machine, was able to get out of that, then proceeded with the long journey. So the ups and downs of that were quad strength, super duper weak, being able to get back to full range of motion and walking, but that really strength, stability, being able to put impact to the knee. I had several stops and starts with being able to thinking, all right, maybe it's time for me I can do this run. No go. Still was not ready. And I'm going to chronicle some of that journey, and you'll be able to see some pictures that I'll add on along the way. So week 1 has passed. Let's say last Sunday, my goal for each week, or at least for week 1, is to get in 3 30-minute walks, have an average of at least 8,000 steps per day, and being able to get in my 2 to 3 days of strength training. Week 1 has passed. Let's say last Sunday was the start of week 1. Now we're into week 2. Week 1 did not go as planned. And those things happen, but the thing is, you have to stay on course. If things don't go in plan, don't say, hey, everything's done, I got to start over, I'm not going to be able to do this. No, you have to keep going. So last Sunday, got in my 1 hour walk. Awesome. Most steps I've had in a long time, able to get that in. As the week progressed, I was also preparing for an online menopause summit, or for women over 40. We talked about different symptoms of perimenopause, hot flashes, weight gain, all those different things. I had 2 different speaking parts in that, and I was hosting the event. So I let life kind of get in the way and got backtracked with my walks. But the good thing is I still kept up my movement. Found ways to get meaningful movement in, even if I didn't get in on my structured 30-minute walk. So I got 1 hour walk on Sunday, then I got another 20-minute walk in, I think maybe Wednesday or so. But the good news is I took all my steps throughout the whole week, and I actually averaged 10,000 steps per day during last week. So I didn't hit the goal of the 3 30-minute walks, and I only got in 1 strength training day. And Saturday was probably my lowest day of steps because I had that online summit in which I was literally sitting from like 10 to 3 o'clock on that day. Also woke up that morning with a stomach ache, and I was like, am I going to be able to make it through doing this summit? But we made it through. So now we're back on track for week 2. So the protocol is, the goal is to get 3 weeks. You're starting back where you've had a knee injury. You've been a long layoff from running. This could be if you're a beginner runner as well. The goal, let's start something consistent so that we can be able to build up the bone, muscle, and joint capacity. One of the mistakes that people always get into is like, hey, I'll just throw my shoes on. It's starting to get nice outside. I can just go out and go for a run. And I'll start slow and I'll just increase myself as I feel good. Well, a lot of times that's kind of the random plan. So increasing yourself as you do good, it doesn't allow the catch-up time of your muscles and joints to catch up to maybe where cardiovascular-wise you're feeling good. Or your friend said, hey, I'm doing 3 and 4 miles, and you're gonna run and jump with them. Then 3 and 4 weeks later, that's when the aches and pains starting to pop up. And you're like, okay, what's going on? I'm not gonna be able to run. It's the shoes, it's the this. It was too much, too fast, too soon syndrome. Of course, you're gonna hear my dogs. There's my little Khaleesi leaving there. And then that's our German Shepherd that barks at, let's just say, everything. They're walking across the street, the mailman, UPS, barks. So you fall off, you get off the rocker of your routine when you do too much too soon, or you do like a random plan. So I've even seen that, even searching myself for beginner, 5K programs or beginner programs, even the beginner programs start out too high of a level and they progress a little bit too soon. So their level of beginner and your beginner may be different. So that's why I'm actually trying to make sure I'm listening to myself. And the things I like to tell a lot of my runners and people that I'm coaching or rehabbing, I need to follow that stuff myself. So my goal is 3 weeks. Let me see. I had already previously got in prior 2 weeks before that. So the original protocol was 3 weeks of at least 3 30-minute walks. And then we advance into that. After that is complete, the next week is when we'll begin to look at those run walk intervals. So 1 week down, this is going into 2nd week. The goal is, you guys, cheer me on, getting those 3 30-minute walks in, making sure I'm recovering well, making sure I'm sleeping, hydrating, getting the nutrients that I need, and listening to my body. So goal for this week, 3 30-minute walks at minimum. And then we'll keep going from there. So you want help on your run journey? You want to help some accountability? Throw that down in the comments, and we can be each other's accountability partners. Like, hey, I'm doing the same thing as you. I want to be able to run, walk, scoot, crawl, whatever, complete a 5K, complete a 10K, whatever it may be, but I want a little bit of accountability and I want to start the right way. Then tune in as we go into episode 2. Going to be posting these on Mondays. So episode 2 will be next Monday. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe, like, or follow.